Hello everyone, this is StitchNButton, Vicky, and today is Wednesday the 12th, and it's my 98th Flosstube. I went and put my whip parade in, was that last week? It was long, but since then I have definitely gotten some stitching in. The past couple days, not as much as I'd like, but being busy. I cut out a whole bunch of bags and some more of those Ort books, and I have a couple more bags I need to cut out. Some fabric came in last minute that I gotta do. What else? Went to the doctor today, basically. I need to lose weight, as usual. This is nothing new, but otherwise, everything's fine. I'm fine. Trying to think. I feel like I'm forgetting something. We'll just wing it. How about that? It's my whole life is winging it. How about that? Alright, so I am doing the Magical Stitches challenge. I'm in a couple other challenge groups, and so that's been giving me a bit of a focus as to what I'm going to stitch. I have also decided, if you remember, I put out a video to help me decide on which design to finish for by the end of the year, and the Christmas Moose one. So he got his stitches in. He got his January. I broke it up into 12 different little parts, and he got his January stitches in. So he'll be good for the month, and then I can work on some other things I want to get done. So let's go with the very first thing, because it's actually on a hoop. I found that my hoop works a little bit better because it's got this to work in my Lowry, and this is 1/1, so it's good to have it nice and tight on the Lowry so I can really see where I'm going with it. I'm going to have to put a picture in because I can't find the chart right now. And it is America Tree from M Designs, and I am stitching this on, I don't know what fabric. I really don't. Wait. I lied. I got it right here. It's a limited edition, so it doesn't even have a name. It's from Silk Weaver. It's 32 count. It's from back when they had their little 9x13 pieces they'd sell all the time. And I am using Dinky Dyes. It's an old Dinky Dyes called Aussie Pride. And I started at 1/1 because at the time, I think there was a time where you couldn't get Dinky Dyes for a while. And I only had one skein, so I'd started 1/1 because I wanted it red, white, and blue. Well, here it is. Basically, what I did was, I had only gotten E and R. This is my oldest whip. And I started it back in like 2007, I think. And just lost interest. I think mostly because it was 1/1 and I wasn't setting myself up to stitch it better. So this is where I've gotten to. I've got the M and the A done. I need to put more stitches in for Magical Stitches, so I think I'm going to go over and do the other A. I'm not sure what I want to do with the little tree stand. I don't know if I want to use the red, white, and blue. I don't think I want to do red. I think it'll take it away. I may choose a blue that's pretty close to that, or a gray. I'm not sure. Anyway, so I need to get more stitches in on that. And I'm going to work on that tonight. That's my next one. This needle minder is available in my shop still. Let's put this back on the Lowry real quick. And what's next? Next one, I did not pull the chart down either. I'll put a picture in here. This is the Queen That Was. This was my New Year's Eve new start. And, the whip parade has me thrown off as to whether I showed it. No, I did not show it. Okay, so Christine Stitch All the Things wanted to stitch this for her birthday. Well, she got busy. She decided to move to Wyoming, I believe, and she didn't get to start it. So I said, well, just let me know when you start it, and I will start it with you then. Well, she contacted me a few days before New Year's and said, I'm going to have a New Year's new start. But I had already picked my New Year's new start. So I said, okay, well, I'll start mine on New Year's Eve, so it'll be close enough. She said, okay, cool. So what I got done, I think I did about 300 to 500 stitches, I forget, on her. The gold's done. All the gold that's in here is done. I had used this random gold filament that I had, and it's the devil. It's horrible, but I'm glad there was only minimal stitching. It was driving me crazy. I'm trying to see, did I? No, I don't have a picture. Okay, so it is being stitched on now. It's, did I write it down? 28 count navy Joblin. And I don't know who the manufacturer is, but I feel it's going to be a quick stitch, so I don't know, a couple of challenges. I fit this into a couple of challenges, and it'll be done in no time. Famous last words, by the way. So got that done, and I think I put the hashtag. Christine finally got her shit together. That's what I'm using for the hashtag for that one. She got a good laugh out of it. She's like, yes, we will add that to it also. Next one, I worked a little bit on the Bee Comes. This is my working copy. The Bee Comes by Lila Studios. I started this last New Year's. And I am stitching this on, I'm not using the called for colors. I chose my own. I believe some of them are dead thread. Some of them are still being made. It's on 32 count doubloon by Picture This Plus. And I got 200 stitches in. Doesn't look like 200 stitches. Here's the colors I'm using. Garden Mint from Victoria Motto. Caribbean Grape. This is one of my dead threads. It's not being made anymore. Here, okay. Carnation from Weeks Dye Works, which is that one. Beige from Weeks Dye Works. I don't know, that might have been called for. Black Crow from Gentle Arts. Gold Leaf from Gentle Arts, and Spanish Gold from Victoria Motto. Those are the colors I've chosen. I can still make more of these bags. I need to make some more of those. I like that. And of course it's perfect for this one. Here's what I stitched. Like I said, it doesn't look like 200 stitches, but it is. I've stitched in the petals and some of this stem there, and that's all I got. I put 200 stitches in, called it a day. Still need to show it a lot of love, get that done. And the bee, I do have more of these bee needle minders available. All right, next. I worked on animal magnetism, because although it didn't win for the new year, it could possibly be for the new year. It didn't win for the finishing of the new year, so I could possibly finish it by the end of the year if I can try to fit it in. And it's going to be a little bit easier for me to fit it in, and I'll explain why after I show it. So here it is. It's Charts and Charms. It's hard to find. Some shops still have it. It's not being produced anymore. So if you call around to some cross-stitch places, older shops, they may have some still in stock, but it's not something that they can order. I changed out the fabric. Did it come with fabric, or did I choose my own fabric? I can't even remember. No, it only came with the charms and the chart. Okay, so Charts and Charms, go figure. I'm using, I think it's an Irish linen, I want to say. And it's 28 count. But here it is. It looks so good. Okay, obviously I need to do more back stitching, but here's my thing. Here's another, okay, there's a couple reasons why I haven't been stitching on it that much. There's a mistake in here somewhere. Some of these half stitches had me all crazy, and there's a mistake in there. So, I don't want to stitch anymore over there, which is not going to help with getting the back stitching done here. So my thought is, let me finish over here and do the stitches to go that way I can figure out where I can fudge it or fix it, right? So what I did in this last one was the giraffe. I think I did 200 stitches, and I filled in all this bottom part of the giraffe and worked on it, his little head and his horns. So that's all I got done on that. Now, I say it's harder for me to stitch on it because it's hard to read this chart. It's a color chart, and it's got a couple different colors, same symbols. It's a pain in the rear end. And then obviously there's half stitches with 3 strands, some with 2 strands, blah, 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 blah. So I didn't want to use the paper anymore. So I put it into Goodreader. I think it's called Goodreader. Well, Goodreader only works on my iPad. I use my iPad for Zoom, and most of the time when I'm stitching, I'm on Zoom with the girls. So that means I'm not stitching it as often because then I have to go on my laptop in order to stitch. I have the Android tablet for Pattern Keeper, and I had downloaded Xodo, Xodo. I don't like that. It did not work for me. I know a couple people have mentioned that they use it. I don't like it. I didn't like using it. So I went looking for another app, hopefully free, and I found one, and it's called PDF Reader. And I had posted it in my group, a picture of the icon in my group, plus in the Virtual Stitchers group. So people, because sometimes, even though I say PDF Viewer, I think I said Viewer, it's PDF Viewer. If I say that, you can come up with 75 different apps, so I made sure to take a picture of the icon and put it up in the groups, just so people could see what I was doing. This one has a bajillion and a half possibilities to work with PDFs, and if you're in an office environment and need to use it, great. I don't need to do all that. All I need to do is be able to get the picture in there and highlight what I stitched, and that's it. So this one is free. You can buy a paid version or subscription to do 1,000,001 other things that I don't need to do. It's free to do the highlighting, and that's what I did. So far, I really do like it. One thing I did notice, I have 2 pages on my Christmas mousse, and I was working on the half, because it's split in half, these big pages, and I took the pictures, and because I use Scanner Pro on my iPhone. That is something you could take pictures of documents and make a PDF. So what I do is I take the chart, and if it's got several pages, I can take a picture of each page, make it one PDF instead of several, and then upload it to my Google Drive. Once I do that, I go to the PDF viewer and open that. It will save my changes to my Google Drive, so it's not something that stays on my device, on my tablet. It keeps the changes in the Google Drive. Yesterday, when I was working on my Christmas mousse, the second page disappeared for some reason, and it saved it like that. Not a problem. I have another copy of the PDF that I put up there, but I have to remark that second page. That's the only thing, and I don't know if that's a common glitch or not. We'll see. I have some, I put, what else did I put in there? I put Animal Magnetism in there, and I had put my mousse. So far, Animal Magnetism seems to be okay, but I didn't use it as much as I used the mousse one. I might have also done something to make it do that by accident and didn't realize it. So, but so far, I still like the app a lot better. It's easy for me to use, and that's just, it's a little bit of frustration, but I didn't have a lot of marks on that second page anyway. It's not a big deal. I'll continue using it. That's my that on that. How about that? I have threads all over the place here. All right. If you're interested in that app, just let me know if you can't find it. I'll help you. So put that in there. This is in my Garon bag. I love these seals. Ah, I'm losing stuff. I'm losing my mind. This baby's so cute. All right. So next, I ended up doing over 1,000 stitches on You Belong to Me. That's this is by Long Dog Samplers. When I first saw it, I really wanted it. I held off. Christmas, I bought it for myself for Christmas. So I am stitching it on some linen. It's 36 count, and I am using Silks for You. Oh, hang on. I'll be throwing silk on the floor. Hold on. PR 168. Silks for You, PR 168. So soft. All right. This is, it goes in Pattern Keeper. Although there are some back stitching, so you have to look at the PDF portion to get the back stitching. And this is where I'm at. It's just over 1,000 stitches. I'm really loving it. I got so much done. I do need to move this. This needs to move over there. I haven't stitched it since I showed it in my whip parade, so I haven't fixed that. But I'm really liking the way it looks. I love the blue on there. I love the whole Egyptian theme. Love it, love it, love it. Which is good, because it's going to be large, and why would I want to stitch something I don't love, right? It's working up quick. We will find reasons to put that into a challenge, right? Alright, my new year, new start. That is this one. It's Riolis Penguins. And, I mean, if you can read Russian, good for you. But it's penguins. And it might be something penguins, but I'm just calling it penguins. This is a Riolis kit. It came with 14 count Aida and this woolly thread. I changed out the fabric to be, oh goodness, I can never remember the name of this fabric. It's like a mental block on this fabric. It's the Charles Craft or something like that. It's 28 count. 28 count and white. How about that? And people are probably screaming at me, but you know what it is. You can get it at Michael's and Hobby Lobby. So this is how far I've gotten on my penguins. I can tell you that I did. That's another new thing I've been doing. I did 500 stitches on this so far. This one, I also put in that PDF reader viewer app, and it's working great because it's a color chart, fully color, and hard to read. I decided all of my whips are getting a card. So I can mark down the date and how many stitches I put in, and then have a running total. Because I had a book where I was doing that. Itchy nose. I had a book where I was doing that, but then I'd have to turn around, get the book, write it in. If the card is there in the project bag, it's easy to just write it on the card, throw it back in the bag. So that's what, let's see if that works until the end of the year. How about that? Loving my fuzzy little penguins. They got their 500 stitches. I'm not sure when I'll stitch it again because I don't have a prompt for it right this moment. But I think he's adorable. The part that I'm working on is actually right in here. This little area in here. Because I did a center start on that. I have that in this bag here that I made. I could make more of these. It's just message me on the group or something. Let's see. The needle minder, I don't have anymore. I have a different version of the Golden Girls needle minder. Next one. I have worked on this Realist kit. Again, with the woolly threads. It's Starry Night. I use that for my full coverage Friday. And I ended up putting in 617 stitches total. This is another one that went in that PDF reader app and is working so much better. I can see it so much better and stitch faster. I filled in a whole bunch up here. A little bit through here. I got some ninja stitches done and then moved out. And then I moved over here. I did this here. And that's how far I've gotten. This is into the second page. Not the second, like not page number 2, but into another page. And I am pretty sure this is the very top of that page right here. So it's almost a page finish. And I'm not sure I'm doing it page by page, but I'm doing the area I'm in right now. Now that I have it on that app, it'll be easier. I don't have to worry about pages at all. I just need to do it, right? That's that. Not sure which full coverage I'm going to choose for this Friday, because I'm doing full coverage Friday with Matt, MBC Stitcher, and we've decided to try to get some more progress on our full coverage, so that's the time we're on Zoom together on Friday nights, and why not have full coverage Friday through that. Alright, and the moose. Here is the moose. This is out of all of them, that's the last one I've worked on. Okay, so I broke him up into 12 portions. Now, this month's portion, a lot of it was done already, so there wasn't a ton of stitching. So basically, this was January right here, this little area right here. His ear was already done. Some of the antler over here was done in the snow, but this is a panic kit. It came with Ada. I changed out the Ada to be 32 count Murky from Picture This Plus. And here he is. I think he looks great. And since I'm doing sections, what I've done is this, there's a thread sticking out over here. It actually ends over here. I just pulled it out from the back over there so it wouldn't get in the way. And then park this one also until I get to that section. This is also a parked thread because that section stopped right there. I am loving the fabric, and he's looking great. That is available in my group. Boy, did you guys miss the biggest sneezing fit. Alright, what I have left. I have a little tea update on my monthly teas. I have a little bit of Stitchy Kindness and a purchase and a giveaway. And the giveaway is also prompted by one of the Stitchy Kindness things. So let's go to the tea first. I tried a couple of my teas that I'd gotten. Let's go with this one first. Energy tea. It's not absolutely horrible. I don't know how much energy it gave me. I didn't drink too much of it. I just wasn't into the flavor. I'm not a big chai person. So, it was okay. If you like chai, you'd probably like it. Let's just put it that way. I can still smell the chai. Alright, and then there's this green tea, lemon ginger. This, again, I probably drink so much caffeine, it's not a big thing for me, but, this one is, green tea, ginger root, lemon pieces, sweet fennel, natural lemon flavor. Okay. I didn't like this one barely at all. I thought the lemon was a little too strong, and I'm not a big fan of ginger, but I figure I'd taste it, because sometimes when it's mixed with other things, it's not so bad. So those two are not my favorites. I did try, I don't have the package, I tried the Earl Grayer, and I did like that. So there's that. And I forgot to take this out. It's the crinkling. It's the promise of some stitchy goodness. That's what the crinkle is. Alright. It is my Fortnite Fabrics. This is my last fabric of the month. Lucy and Desi. Lucy and Ricky. I'm reading backwards here. It's 28 count, even weave. And here is what it looks like. It's got some pinks, some purples, and grays. Like a blue-gray. I'm really liking that one. So, not because they've done anything wrong, but I am not going to join the Fabric of the Month this year again. I'm just holding off on that. And I figure it'll give me some leeway to just purchase a fabric that I know I need for something. Because I have so much fabric. I staple it on the selvage. I have so much fabric as it is. I'd rather get more specific with the fabrics that I have. So, like I said, it's not because I've done anything wrong. I've loved every one of their fabrics, as you've known all year. I've been raving about them. So, Fortnite Fabrics, if you'd like to join one of their Fabric of the Month, or if you'd like to just purchase some fabric, they do have both those options there. I did receive a Christmas card from Candy, the 614 Stitcher. She gave me this great little Christmas card, and she gave me some floss drop cards. I was trying to fan them out. Let's not go there. My hands are too dry. I think that's cute. Thank you, Candy. Thank you so much. And it has her information on the back. Along with you can put floss type, floss color, and chart and symbol and stuff like that. So I just need to punch some holes in these and then add them with my floss drops. I don't even know if I remembered to send Candy a message to tell her I got the card. Sorry, Candy. I've been busy. Alright, so. Hang on. Something fell out of my thing and I forgot to pick it up. And it's something I wanted to show you guys. So, I received a gift card for my birthday from Sarah. So I waited until after New Year's to decide what I wanted to purchase with it. And it was for 123 Stitch. So I went there. Because, you know, you get a gift card and you don't want to leave a balance on the gift card. So you're going to spend more than the gift card. So that was my thinking. That's why I waited. So what I did was I picked out just a few things. And this was definitely one of them. I had seen this and I really liked it. And I watched Jessie Marie stitch hers. And I saw how good it was looking, and I decided, I'm just trying to get it so there's not so much glare. It's the fox from Cottage Garden. And I love him. I love his look. I like his he looks a little sassy. And this is a chart that I've wanted for a while, and I haven't bought it. And I don't know why. It just seems like when I bought charts, this was not one that I picked. This is Monk's Hood from Nora Corbett. One of her Poison Pixies. I love the colors in this one. So I finally got that one. And then I know I needed some green metallic, and it might have been Krynic, so I chose a Petite Treasure braid instead. I just decided to grab it. Since, you know, why not when you're buying other things, right? Alright. So that's what I got there. Alright, now, I received a message from Phillip. Phillip, I think he has a Flosstube. I think he does. Hang on. Sorry about that. I was going to have another sneezing attack. Plus, I wanted to look up. I knew Phillip had a Flosstube. Only thing is, he'd only put up one, and it was a year ago. That's why I couldn't remember the name of his Flosstube. And it's Phillip's Cross Stitch Therapy. So I looked that up real quick. I got a message from him, and he's like, hey, my aunt gave me all these patterns. I'm not going to stitch them. I don't know who to give them to. Do you know where? I was like, I said, what kind are they? And so he rattled off some. I was like, well, if you want, you can send them to me. I can do giveaways or find people that I know would like them. Because if I see them, sometimes I'm like, hey. So, and I actually did that with some of them. I knew they just fit for some people. And I was like, hey, you like this? And they were like, yeah, so they're on their way. But I have a stack that's still here. So I can show you real quick, and then I'm going to do a giveaway of one of them for now. Alright? So we're going to go with, here is Yin and Yang. This is a Custom Crafts. We'll go through these quick, by the way. I think this was Ross Studios back in the day, or... Anyway, because I've gotten... Yeah, Ross Originals, because there's a sticker over it. APPALOOSA. I have, and I say that, I'm looking at it, because I have the koala bear from years ago. A friend of mine went to Australia and got me the koala. I should kit it up and stitch it. I think I'd like to do that. Anyway, so APPALOOSA. Gentle Strength. Fire and Ice. Prayer of St. Francis. 50 cross-stitch sports designs. And this one has some random floss in it that I'll just leave in there. It's fine. This one's called Whispers, and it's old, and I know you're probably looking like, ugh. But when I was reading some of these off, we were getting such a giggle, because it's almost like old school subversive cross-stitch. There's like a little poem here that's nice. And then there's one, in this place we no longer smoke. We accomplished this with pride. So if you really need the weed, please take your butt outside. There's stuff like that on there. Anyway, there's these sayings on there. And maybe you can zhuzh them up to make them more current or whatever. I just thought it was funny. Some Mystic Stitches here. Still Life series. Before Sunrise. Bicycle Basket. Or Bicycle with Basket. That gives me a little French vibe there. All-American Biker 2. And Still Life series Sunflower 2. That other Still Life series. Let me see something. I think that was Tasting Time. Yeah. Alright, this one has a little damage, but you can still use the chart. It's one of those big fold-out charts. The chart's still good. Nature's Celebration. Marjolaine Besting. Red Hot Mamas. The Red Hat crew there. Man and Wife. Another Mystic Shift. Stitch Wine Chef 3. Let me put that with the Mystic Stitch ones. The Daisy Girl. Hey, it was new. Yeah, new back in 94. We've got a Lavender and Lace, Angel of Mercy. We've got Blessing Sampler. The love and devotion I gave to my child, I thought I could give to no other. But life held a lovely surprise for me the day he made me a grandmother. Aurora from Black Swan. Anemone. I can never say that right. Fuchsia. Sweet Pea. Geranium. And then we've got some fancy ladies here. This is Dominique. And Charlotte. Charlotte has fabric and floss. The DMC that goes with it. And then we've got Amelia. Amelia has fabric, and I think it reminds me of the fiddler's cloth or oatmeal. It's like an 18 count. 8/8. Jessica. We've got Jessica here with her little purple hat. And this one is Megan. Miranda. Stussy. Claire giving some shade. Olivia here looks like she's flirting with somebody. Then we've got Wildflowers. This is Lenore, and it's got these two on there. Now here's another one. This one's got an even weave. I think it might be a linen. I think it's a linen, but it's not too bad with the slubs. Anyway, and it's got all the DMC to it. It's called 1994 Prairie Sampler, and you might like the colors. You might want to change them out. But it's not horrible, and I feel like if you do it in your own color palette, unless this is your color palette, it's not too bad. But that has fabric and thread. And yet another Mystic Stitch True American. So, let's see. What do we want to give away first? Let's do two. Let's do Prairie Sampler. 1994 Prairie Sampler. If you are interested in the Prairie Sampler, let me move this stuff. Then comment with Sampler. We'll just go easy with the Sampler. And I'm writing this down so I can remember in 2 weeks. So Sampler. And let's do a second one. Let's do one of the Mystic Stitches. How about that? We're going to do Bicycle with Basket. And if you're interested in stitching Bicycle with Basket, type in bicycle, I guess. I thought I was going to get crafty for a second there, and not. So there you go. So, Sampler or Bicycle. If you choose to comment any of those, make sure you don't say giveaway. Make sure that you are 18, over 18, so I can send this to you. Make sure you are a subscriber, because this stuff is for my subscribers, guys, and I wouldn't want it to go to somebody that doesn't stitch. And if you don't want to stitch it, then maybe you don't want to comment for it. There's that. I mean, why win stuff for the sake of winning it? I mean, you do you. If I don't like the stuff, I'm definitely not commenting for it. So, or if you know somebody that would enjoy stitching it, then that's when you'd comment too. I have got nothing else. I am going to cut out 2 more bags. I had 2 more bags to cut out and a few more of the Ort books. I am going to do the beading first. I'm pre-beading the zipper pulls because I have some stuff that I need to do, some beading orders I need to do. So instead of pulling out all the bead stuff, making a couple of things and putting it away and then pulling it back out again, I am going to do all the beaded stuff first. That way I'll pull out the sewing machine and start my bags and stuff. That's the plan. What else is the plan? Over the next 2 weeks, hopefully it's as boring as possible. How about that? I want to be bored. I don't want anything exciting to happen. I don't want anybody else to tell me. I mean, if you're sick, then please tell me if you'd like to tell me if this is something we would share. But I've had a lot of people with one ailment or another or some kind of bad news lately, and I just want all my friends to be okay. I just want you guys to be happy, and I want you to be okay. 2022 has come in with it every year since 2020. It's like, but wait, there's more. It's like a bad infomercial. Could we stop? I mean, we took Betty White, and then we took Sidney Poitier, and Bob Saget. He was 65 and ready to go back out on the road with his comedy. No, I'm just done. These are like, and I guess now I know what my mom and my grandmother felt like. It's like all the good ones are going. Sidney Poitier. I had a friend of mine said they never heard of him. Please look him up, read about him. He did wonders for the black community. You know, he's a good guy. He was a great actor. He's broken some boundaries there back then when it wasn't okay, and he helped make it okay. And what a handsome man! And his voice was just. Watch some of his movies. I know they might be crusty. Some of them might be black and white or that sepia tone. Go watch them anyway. Stop putting shade on us old people. I'm telling you, Gen X can whoop your ass. So stop putting shade on us. I hope everyone's doing well. I really do. And I will see you in a couple weeks. Don't forget, don't let anyone steal your sunshine.